Here we go. And we are live once again. I think the sound is good. Let me know how it's going, how you guys are doing. Your boys, we're back in town, and we are going back to back tonight. First with the West Coast Popcast, and then next stream, we got the X-Men 97 finale. I can't wait to get to that one. We have a lot to talk about. 2 hours of West Coast Popcasts with your boys. Zach will be joining in very soon, so keep an eye out for that. But without further ado, let's kick off that wonderful, legendary intro Zach put together for us. As you can see, we got that new update with the stuff going on there. Um, New logo, new graphics, everything's going. I just want to check in with everybody. Waiting for Zach to join in, but how's everyone doing this week, man? It's been a big week. A lot of stuff going on with wrestling. Got the King of the Ring tournament still going on, Queen of the Ring as well. Got news. Going to talk about Ricky Starks. We're going to talk about Mania going to Saudi. Some crazy stuff here, and of course, Dynamite is on live right now. Still a lot to talk about there. Still no TV deal yet with Dynamite. Hoping all that stuff works out. We're still like a lot of the upfronts are going on right now with Disney. You got Max, all these type of stuff doing all these bundles with freaking everyone's getting bundled together. Market bundles are happening right now. It's crazy. So we're gonna see a lot of stuff happening with streaming. NBA might have left TNT. That's a big deal for AEW and TNT, TBS, the whole Warner Bros. Network, because we don't know what that's going to mean for AEW's deal and what type of money they're going to be looking at, whether good or bad, or where the network's going to be without the NBA. So, without further ado, the main man has arrived. Oh wait, the main man has arrived. Almost kicked him off the screen, but there we go. The main man is here.
Hey, nice background.
I love it, man. Hey, I love the shirt too.
Thanks. Oh, I can't wait to talk about it next.
Yeah, just gonna do a quick rundown of what's going on. A lot of the landscape of wrestling might be shifting. We still don't know what's going to happen with AEW's deal. It is on right now, but we don't know with the NBA leaving.
Okay. I think it's fine. I think we'll talk about this more, but I think it's fine. It's just he's not going to get the money that he hoped for. I'm talking TK. They're not in a position to do that right now, and it's very unclear whether they want to be sold or is Zatzloff wants to be like big time and then buy Paramount and stuff like that. So that's kind of the weird thing. If they do get sold, that goes up this spring, then they're eligible for that for people to make bids on. But there's a reason I think that Paramount didn't jump on that latest deal that we talked about a few weeks ago. A cash offer.
This is the mob.
They didn't jump on.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Discovery, if you're not familiar, Paramount. They're not really that hot right now, money wise. So they got a cash offer and they turned it down. So I this spring and then into summer is when I think the option is up for AEW and WB to be doing more discussion. So that's when we'll get a final answer on that. I think after the spring when WB can be put up for sale.
Yeah. So the summer is they didn't really specify when in the summer, but the summer is when it ends for AEW and WB to have the exclusivity negotiations going on. Then TK could chop around, which if I was him, I kind of might want to look to do that because you don't really know what's going on right now. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. The upfronts are happening. A lot of big news. We're gonna get to that, all that stuff too. I'm very excited for a lot of things, man. But yeah, let's get into the show here.
All right,
we're back on our normal day as well.
Hey.
At some point in the future, I will tell you guys why I wasn't able to do Wednesday's show last week. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, first up here, Willow Nightingale defending her TBS championship. I'm pretty sure it's the first time a TBS championship will be defended, not just outside the country, but in Japan, in Stardom, against one of the top Joshi wrestlers, Tam Nakano.
Okay.
It's
this Saturday.
This Saturday, man. She's taking that flight. I love what they're doing with the belt, or doing with Willow's reign. Let's just put all our cards on the table. We know her reign's not going to be that long, but right now it's being very impactful. Yet in this big defense in Japan. She had that great match at Sky Blue on Rampage last week. the freaking
Yeah.
Dr. Bob through the barbed wire table. So I like, just feed it, put a whole bunch every week, get nothing but Willow, and we'll see this big match with Mercedes going on. And we'll see where it goes.
Good for her. I feel like AEW letting people do this is good for them, especially they wanted to bring viewers in. This is a good way to bring new
Yeah,
viewers in who are into wrestling. So
it really is. I think their relationship so far with Stardom is very healthy. I love the crossovers that they're having, and it works. And there's already built up stories, like we know what Mariah May working with Mina Shirakawa. We already know they had a history in Japan, so now bringing it over here, it just makes sense and it looks natural. They you can tell they've been working with each other for a while.
yeah.
And then just some quick stuff here since it's here. One of my favorite games of all time. Zach still has to play Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Season 2 is coming out 2025. A little bit longer of a wait than I've wanted, but we're finally getting our first images here. Pedro with a little bit longer hair. Ellie, my girl Bella Ramsey, loaded up the shotgun.
Yeah, there's another shot too. I didn't want to look too much into it because I guess it's a major
Yeah,
place in the game, but it's
yeah.
was it a store?
So it's a major spot in the game, but without context, just like some regular picture.
Okay, I'll take
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I saw a couple others of the new cast, and I'm familiar with the promotional art for Last of Us 2, so I kind of get what they're going for. But it has to be tough to avoid spoilers, and I really, really want to play this game before it comes out.
You have to. I mean, I might just send you a copy, man. Um, the fact that you avoided spoilers this long is like a miracle because the game came out June 2020. In May of that year, someone leaked the whole game onto the internet. So everyone that really was dying to play got spoiled pretty much on what happened. It was a huge
Man,
thing, and then like seeing those spoilers, some people got not just like affected with playing the game, but some people got rubbed the wrong way because those spoilers without context, you get the wrong idea, and it turned out, oh, this is actually makes more sense when you actually get to play it as opposed to reading
okay,
them. So many people that wanted to play it got spoiled. So it's crazy that you just at this point you have not been spoiled. You get to see it fresh. I didn't get to see it fresh, so I'm very curious when you do play it, like your reactions.
cool. Yeah, back in my day, I got Frogger spoiled. Didn't touch the fucking game. Ed
Oh,
Frost, thanks for joining. You know we're talking X-Men in a show after this, so if you want to talk about the new X-Men, stick around. Oh, it's a doozy, and we got some nice Easter eggs for you.
yes. We're very excited to talk about X-Men next. We're gonna get that as soon as you can. As soon as we're done here, we're jumping straight into X-Men review. So jump on with your guys, right here
Yes.
on the channel. So a lot to talk about here. But we got the West Coast Popcast with some wrestling, and Zach, talk to me about this one right here.
Up front, this was the big AEW news today. This was the big AEW and WB news. So we got Table for Three with Renee, and we have figure fighters with the game stores here. Not too much to really talk about here. The meal and a match is going to be on TBS's YouTube channel, and the figure fighters is showing Britt Baker, so maybe that's something, a sign or something. I know people have been
I
questioning
really
what's going
want
on
to
with her.
know. Is Britt hurt? Like, what's going on with her? Why we haven't seen her on TV make her return? I know Jamie's situation is still very hurt, but I want to
Yeah,
know where Britt is.
I don't know, but she's gotten some good gym picks out there, so some type of wheels are in motion, thankfully,
Okay.
with her.
The meal and the match thing, I was very excited because I think Renee Paquette is gold on TV. Whatever
Mhm.
content she gets to do, it's going to be a success. Artist City, and they have a good relationship too. Like their banter on screen is really well done. I was disappointed it's going to be on YouTube. I thought this could work for like a quick, like a 30-minute show on the TBS. Get her a slot there. But I
You're
mean,
not interrupting Marvel movies on a network
no, TBS,
that
TBS.
owns that on a network that owns DC. All right, Marvel movies on a network that owns TBS. That's how fucked up these networks are. So
Yeah,
you're right. I do agree. It'd be easy, and then you'd
there's
have
a market
not
for
competition.
food type, shows.
Well, there's a whole network for it. I watch it. I love it.
Yeah.
I
So,
like this. I like this idea better when Brandy Rhodes did it, though. So
her, what was she doing? Like what was it called? It was like some type of drinking and food as well.
it was good. I really hope WWE would
I
shop
thought it
that
was
around
great.
to NBC Universal places. I watch that every week, so I miss
Yeah.
it.
So we'll see how this goes. Hey, the first guest is my boy Eddie Kingston.
Not
You
watching
know it's
it.
gonna be entertainment.
Of course, a Canadian would pick a shitty guess.
Wow. You should. Speaking of Canadians and interviews, she had an interview with Edge or Adam Copeland, if you will. He wants to be known as Cope very soon. It was actually very entertaining. They didn't talk anything about wrestling, but it was very entertaining, man. They talk about a whole bunch of these
Nice.
Canadian bands, Canadian places. Close Up is a really good series. Thank you, AEW, for doing that. Yeah, branding that wine show. Like you was like drinking and they were making food as well. It was really
Oh, it
good.
was
It
good.
was really good.
That's the first time I saw what's his name? Jonathan Silver?
Uh,
Johnny
Johnny
Hungy.
Hungy.
Oh my god. Out of context, he's even worse than
Oh
but
man,
anyways, yeah. It was good though. He was tolerable.
yeah. And of course, the King of the Ring. We got some updates going on here, man. Lyra and what Io next?
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. I think this is where Lyra has to bow out. I'm going for Io to go all the way. It's gonna be crazy to see how this finals plays out. Because on the other side, we got Nia Jax and Jade. That's the match everyone
Yeah.
thought was gonna be Jade's first match. Who you got in the finals?
I have Io and Tiffany Stratton.
Okay.
I think something should happen where Nia and Jade don't finish right. And this leads to a big feud with those two. You could even have someone, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't want to see Jade and Bianca face each other in this, not in Saudi.
You don't think it'd be like a fun type match, where both faces are both on the same side, and then it might lead to a bigger match later down, maybe, or you just
I
don't even
think too
touch it.
soon. I
Yeah.
think it's too soon. You don't even touch it yet. And Nia's been doing really, really well. So just have a sloppy, weird finish that gives a feud. You can even give her tag team partner in the next couple weeks, and then have them feud with the big two of the three.
Okay. And
Who
I
do you
want to
see?
also. I see Io for. I think Io's winning the whole thing. That's why I have my pick to win the whole thing. Coming off a pretty solid women's title reign, right? I don't think she was supposed to have the title that long, but then she worked it. She was great, um, and then have a good match with Bailey at Mania. So I think Io should win. This would be a big moment for Tiffy to get there. I just don't see a way she gets there. I personally believe it will be Jade versus Bianca, and somehow, some way, we're gonna shotgun this storyline already.
Okay.
Ed
It's
Fry's
got us
jumping
covered.
in. Yeah, based on some of the renders and promotional tweets, both Lyra and Tiffany have fully covered gear. I can see that too, man. That's gonna be interesting. But the women's bracket is looking very, very solid, man. Everyone's shining. The men's bracket here, another one where a lot of people can be going.
Oh,
I thought my boy Ilya Dragunov was gonna go pretty far. I thought he was gonna get that win and face Gunther, but they're gonna hold off on that.
I'm glad. That's old school Vince booking, and I kind of hated it. Someone new here. Let's kind of push him a little too much right away. This is fine. Who do you have in this one?
Well, everyone knows if you watched our show, my favorite wrestler of all time is AJ Styles, and he lost in the first round, and I'm pissed off, and I don't care about the
Hmm.
tournament. I'll throw the whole tournament away. Randy beat him in the first round, but AJ beat him at WrestleMania a few years ago. So hey, who really won? What was the question again?
How long of a match are Gunther and Hayes going to have?
Oh,
That's the
I,
question.
give him 30 minutes to really work it out. I don't think we've seen Mello really have a long match like that, and it'd be a good way to get him. I don't think he'll win. There'll be a good way to get him on the main roster. Have a banger with Gunther.
Okay. I can see Jay too. They really want to push Jay. So
They do. They do. I just don't know how he gets past Gunther. I really don't.
yeah,
You
yeah,
got
I
to
don't
get him to
know.
bounce back since he lost the IC belt.
Yeah, let us know who you think. I'm very up in the air on both these tournaments, so I
Yeah.
think a lot of different people could win and be fine.
Also, I'm surprised LA Knight is not really getting that much of a push. I thought he was going to be the one to take the belt off of Logan Paul, and now it looks like Logan's going to lose that belt to Cody, and Cody be a double champ.
I don't like that, but I guess I don't know if Logan's got stuff to do, forests to visit, but I don't know why
Oh,
I don't know why they're doing this. This seems like Vince booking.
I think if I was going to look at this and I'm trying to like understand their reasoning, I think Cody has to win. Obviously, he's going to beat Logan for the United States Championship, and this would be a good way to have Cody have a long title run, but still lose some at some point to somebody. Give him a big nod, but keep his main belt. Keep him have that babyface run, like have some adversity in his run. That's how I'm going to see this get played out. I don't know who he'll lose the
Okay.
belt to, but I think this will be like how Roman, when he lost, he got pinned by Jay in a tag match. So he didn't get to lose his belts, but he gave Jay a big nod doing that. So I think that's gonna what Cody's gonna do.
All right. This I'd rather see a dirty finish and have someone beat Logan or yeah, Logan.
But no
But
DQ.
yeah, let me know in the chats. I don't like this booking.
Or it's a page out of AEW's book. Omega had the Impact Championship and the AEW Championship. A lost the Impact belt to Christian Cage and then beat him in a pay per view. It was a great setup. Had both people had great moments, and I thought it was cool.
All right.
I don't know. That's just something I think with that. But for this one, I got Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes, like you said, in the finals. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
There's some other news getting talked about. Zach, it looks like the Rumble and Mania might be going to Saudi Arabia come 2026, 2027. They're putting their bids in, and I don't know how you're going to outbid the gas money. I ain't going to lie to you.
I hate this so much. I hate this. I may not skip the Rumble because I just absolutely love that pay per view, but I'm skipping Mania that year. I don't. I hate this. This is like America's Super Bowl. Don't just leave it here. Leave it here. There are cities that build on this. I hate the idea of this going to Saudi for the paycheck. I know it makes sense if you TKO, but I hate it.
Yeah. They're going to look for that payday. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure the stadium's going to look amazing. I'm sure the pyro, I love my pyro, is going to be amazing. We'll see how it
Oh,
goes.
yeah, I can't wait for fans to nod and stand during every entrance in the Rumble. That's gonna be so electric. I can't wait.
Oh, man. I mean, after Backlash, I would love to see France get a freaking Mania. Imagine that.
Give them whatever they want.
Like they could do whatever they want. They gave AJ Styles one of his best entrances of all time, one of his best
Yeah,
moments. I love that. So we'll see how it goes in Saudi, and of course, they're angling to get into England as well. Where else are they gonna go? To Wembley? Step on someone else's toes? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But Mania and the Rumble might be going international very soon. And then I got some news. I just heard this today, man. I was so disappointed. One of my actually coworkers was telling me, and I looked into it. Uh, Pentagon Zero, Ray Phoenix, the Lucha Bros, they're gonna put on a show at the old Lucha Ground building. I seen Ray Phoenix's post earlier. They got the permits, they got all that stuff, they worked it out. This was months ago. And then they put the tickets on sale. I want to say in like March, into March maybe. It sold out quick. I was trying to get tickets to this. I didn't get it. It sold out quick. And now in May, I think a few weeks before the show goes live, they said the city denied them access to the building. They denied their permits, and they were trying to fight with them for like 5 days. And they've got the final notice today that they can't do it. So now they're scrambling for a new place, and it's a shame, man. This was like I was excited for this. The Lucha
yeah,
Underground old building looks amazing, and like it made Lucha Underground like feel special. And for them to revisit that with their own show, and the roster they were bringing was really cool. So I was excited for this.
yeah. Especially with luchas there, it was set up for luchas to do random stuff like jump off balconies and do all these really cool
Yeah, it
things.
was
So,
crazy.
God, if you want to go back, if you haven't watched Lucha Underground, just it was really really fun to be
Yeah.
honest.
Lightning in a bottle. I mean, you had a lot of guys come through there like Swerve Strickland as his kill shot. Morrison was
Ricochet,
there. Yeah, Ricochet as Puma. Rey Mysterio was there, I think, actually. You
yeah, I
had
think
a
it was
lot of people there, man. Like that this show was heat. Brian Cage, obviously, a lot of guys like that.
Caesar Duran.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So like it's a shame. So hopefully they can like get a nice spot and maybe even get more tickets whatever building they go to next. I'm sure
Hope so.
someone they can find a spot. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I think they're also looking for a new spot for the Republic of Lucha store. They had it in Pasadena. I'm so bad I never
Okay.
got to go because it was so close to me. But hopefully they find a spot for that soon too, so I can go and visit them. And then of course Dynamite is on tonight. I haven't seen any of Dynamite yet, so let us know in the chats what you guys are thinking. What's going on tonight? I'm very excited for this. Zach, I don't know if you caught anything.
I just saw Mercedes get put through a table. So she got
What?
physical tonight.
What?
Willow put her through a table.
No.
It's an AEW table with the stuff on it. So, but it's a table through the contract signing. So she got physical tonight.
I don't know how we can do this, but it'd be such a great statement to have Willow and Mercedes main event after what happened last year. Their double main events for their first two matches together. Like, make it happen, TK. This is the moment right here.
I honestly, when you first said it, it didn't really make sense. But the builds for everything else have just been okay.
Yeah.
I think this can be bigger than Swerve and Christian. I think that could kick off the show and be really hot.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling they're going to do something with the Elite if they have a main event that's
They
not
are.
Mercedes and Willow.
I'm almost positive, and it happens every year. Anarchy in the Arena closes the show.
Oh, that's right.
So,
I'm not
but
a fan of
last year they
Elite.
said like the world title match with MJF and the Four Pillars that was the main event. Then like the show ended, and now we're getting like the kind of like we do with like the lights out matches, Anarchy in Arena. So we can kind of do it if they do that with Mercedes. That'd be kind of cool too to get a double main event. Still give them that nod
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you spend all that money on there. You want her to be your biggest star. You got to do this now at the pay per view. You can even start the Anarchy in the
Yeah,
Arena match in the beginning. Then like there's options.
yeah. So honestly, you could. I wouldn't be mad at that. Just do what you gotta do and kick off the show like that. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm hearing great things about this movie, Zach. Getting back to some pop culture stuff. I haven't seen it. I might go watch it. What do you think, bro?
I'm going to find a way to watch this in IMAX. They just had the
Okay.
premiere here a couple weeks ago. There's another thing going on here. I think maybe in Pasadena, where they're having bikers. If you're a biker in the area, you can sign up to be a part of this big ride and this big run for Furosa. So there's a
Oh
lot of cool
wow.
stuff around this movie. Um, I absolutely love Mad Max Fury Road. I think that's the best movie I've seen in the last 15 years. Just
Wow.
the practical effects, how much work went into it. You can tell I was just immersed in it. So it is tough for me to go out and see movies now, but I'm going to find a way to go see this in IMAX right up the road.
Okay. Were you a fan of the original Mad Maxes before you seen the remake?
To be honest, I never really saw the first two. I've seen bits and
Okay.
pieces, and the only one I saw was Thunderdome, and that's because Tina Turner was in it.
Okay. Understandable. Um, yeah. I really enjoyed the last one.
I like it. Oh yeah, man. I like it. Oh yeah, man.
Right.
You're good. You're good.
I like
I really thought it was me by accident. I was like, yo,
Sorry.
but,
I thought that was way shorter than it was.
yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm excited, and I don't know who's number one in the box office right now.
Apes. Apes is number
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Furiosa coming for that spot.
There you go. It's gonna clean up. Let us know which summer movie you're into going to see, no matter what. I think Deadpool, this, and I think there's one other one. I only had like three this whole summer that I really want to go see in the theaters. Do you have any that you like are really, really
Not
trying to go see?
really. Like, there's no Fast and Furious this year. I was so excited last year. Me and my girl, we got a movie pass, and I think within the first few months, we got our money's worth for the whole year. Like, it was so good. We were seeing movies all the time. This year feels so much drier. Like I'm trying to find. I'm looking through the movies like what's coming up next. I'm trying to find something to go watch. Like it's just I don't see. I mean, there's no Marvel movies either. That's fine. There's no Marvel movies either. Like this shit is
Yeah.
dry, bro. We had so much.
I know there's stuff with the strike, but I mean, like, there's still some movies that could be coming out that aren't coming out. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, let us know in the comments. I'd love to go see something. And otherwise, it's going to Netflix. Beverly Hills Cop 4 is the other one.
Oh yeah. I'm very excited for that one, of course. Um, now, I guess we'll talk real quick about brief. So, what do you think about all these bundles happening? We got was it Disney, Hulu, and HBO Max, and then to combat that, the next day they said it's gonna be Apple TV, Paramount Plus, and no Peacock, and Netflix.
So this just goes to show that Netflix, the best of them all, still isn't doing that great if they have to do this bundle. This bundle
Yeah,
deal, I think if you do all three, it's around $40 with the ads.
yeah. The
So
Netflix
it's
one's
going to
gonna
be
be something
cheaper than
nice.
that.
The Disney one with HBO Max, that's gonna be crazy.
That's going to be about $40 for sure. But they both said they're going to be discounted. So I'd imagine if it's going to be discounted, you do 25 or 30. But it's just so weird because you have to have Xfinity to do this. So you're already paying for cable.
Oh wow.
And then to get not the discount price, you can get it, but it's not really that big of a discount price. So you might as well wait for like a Black Friday sale. Because like if you're new to Hulu every Black Friday, you can get it for a year for like 99 cents a month.
Oh man, it's gonna be a curious time. I'm just really hoping whatever does happen, like I'm sure the prices are gonna balloon. I just hope the quality of the content we're getting doesn't dip because of that. That's what I'm worried about. Like where the money's gonna be at, where it's coming from, and like how we're producing these movies or television series.
I know Warner Brothers for Max, Disney, and their Netflix. I thought there's another one. They're all pulling back their budgets, so we're not going to get as
Yeah.
as I hope it's not as much content, and they just allocate some of that money to go towards better quality stuff, because a lot of them have been putting out a lot of like random crap, especially around like the holidays. They just put like so and so's Christmas party, a 2 hour movie starring a celebrity that you'll forget about the week after you watch it.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's a definitely a huge shift in the industry coming up, man. We'll see how it goes.
And they're all, guess what? They're all turning into cable in a way, because they're now all doing ads.
Yeah.
They're all now going towards more of an old sitcom format rather than what they were doing, because it's a little bit more appealing. And it's just, if you watch the subtle shift in the next year or so, it's going to look exactly how cable did format wise. So it is kind of funny how it just shifted and then kind of boomerang back.
Yeah. Real quick, I see you in there, bro. What's up? What's up to Noob and Co? Thanks for jumping in with you guys. Stick around. If I don't know if you've seen the X-Men finale. Once we finish with the West Coast POPCast, we're going straight back to back with the X-Men episode 10 review. We're doing today instead of Thursday, because tomorrow we're going to a wrestling show. So keep an eye on that coming up. I think next 15 minutes. We're gonna get through this pretty quickly. But yeah, coming up here, Ironheart finally getting a release date. So for the thing to finish filming in 2022, coming out 3 years later, 2025. Why are they holding it if it's finished? Daredevil Born Again is coming out 2025 as well. Agatha All Along later this year. I'm still excited though. I'm still very excited for these shows.
I'm excited too. I'm excited for Daredevil just because I really want to see how they did it. You took a show that you had faith in, you made it, you didn't like where it was going because you thought it was cheaper, so you halted it, you spent the money to redo it. So I'm excited. Vincent D'Onofrio was more excited. Charlie Cox was more excited. So that one I'm excited about. Ironheart and Agatha, we'll see. Again, you don't sit on something this long if it's good, especially when you're in a rut.
I can't see it being that bad. The only thing I would have loved to see with Ironheart is to see an interaction with her and Tony Stark. That would have been the only really cool thing. But we'll see how the show goes. Hopefully, maybe she has another mentor, or like we'll see.
I guess she's leaving college, or she's in college at MIT, and then she's trying to figure out how to get new stuff for new armor. So we'll see. I mean, yeah. I like the character.
Yeah. The other thing too with Daredevil, like we keep seeing like all the people that be coming back. I Kristen Ritter's teasing Jessica Jones returning, which I thought she was a great Jessica Jones. I love her Jessica Jones.
I like it too.
There's so many people. I really hope. My only hope is they bring back the girl that played Elektra. I know she's in another show. What's it called? Have you ever seen The Cleaning Lady? I think that's what it's called.
We'll talk about that. That just yeah.
Okay, she's like the main actress in that show. If she could find time, throw the money at her. She was an amazing Elektra. I loved her and Charlie Cox's chemistry. They were so good together. Their scene in one of the episodes of The Defenders was by far the best thing of that show. And it's not even close. That made me actually enjoy a bit of that show, because that was terrible.
All right.
But like they're so good together. So I hope they bring her back.
Okay. Hopefully at least for Secret Wars.
Yeah.
All right. Watch that finale. It's really good, Noob. And then watch us talk about it and get your comments in. And yeah, it's a fun thing, but it plays with the theme song, and that's what they're going to use for it. So they changed the titles enough.
It makes me think, like, did they do all those title changes to get to this? Or was that just like, this is the best way? Someone in the meeting was like, I know how to spin this. I know this is bad, but we can correct this right now. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
The more TV teams. Again, all the upfronts are going on right now, Zach. So what's going on here, man?
Well, your Cleaning Lady show just got picked up for another season. So that'll be on for, I think, one final season.
Okay.
Unless like Radios do gangbusters. So I have 4 seasons now, I think, or 3, and there'll be a 4th. But that'll be up there. It is a billboard on WB's if you go past the studio. So it's doing something well. Elle is going to be Reese Witherspoon's new project for Prime. It is a Legally Blonde prequel. I thought we were getting a new movie, but I guess we're getting this instead. But she promoted it. She's involved in it. So if you like the character, I like that movie. And let's talk about The Boys. The Boys got renewed at Prime as well. That's going to be a 5th season going on there. Again, we talked about on the channel. Don't go on too long. We know the spinoff is getting another one as well. They're not going to recast what's his name, who passed away this summer. Seaside Vegas got canceled. Not Dead Yet got canceled after 2 seasons at ABC. Lopez vs. Lopez got picked up for another season, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith got picked up for another season, but the stars aren't coming back. So does that
wait, what?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I have no idea what to think about that. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, Childish Gambino, one of our friends is in his new music video, by the way. He's got a tour coming out and a new album, so he's gonna be busy
Yeah.
all summer. So he's not gonna be able to film. So he will be executive producing.
That's
Executive
a shame.
producing though.
So when I seen the trailer for this, I was like, oh, this doesn't look that good. Then I kept hearing it was like really good, so I wanted to check
Yeah.
it out. But now that I see they're leaving, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I like the girl. She's in a show. I implore everyone to watch this. There's a show on Netflix. It's an anime called Blue Eye Samurai. She's the voice of the character. This show is amazing.
Okay.
And of
Blue Eyes
course,
Samurai.
I like Donald Glover, so I would have liked to enjoy this.
Yeah. Game of Thrones, another prequel. It
Yeah,
was the Hedge Knight and something else. Now it's down to a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, the Hedge Knight, because that's the book. 6 episodes, full season order. 6 episodes though.
it should be good. I think I feel like it might be a little slower than House of Dragon. I don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
But again, I'm in a love hate relationship with Game of Thrones. I love the whole show. The ending killed it for me. Now we're getting these prequels because they should have kept going with the show, but
Yeah.
the Jon Snow one didn't get picked up.
Nope.
I don't. They would have really done with that anyways. So hopefully this is good. I love Game of Thrones, so hopefully they can find some more content that's quality.
Yeah. It'll come out in 2025. So what's going to be delayed in 2025 is Vanderpump Rules. Last night was night 1 of the 3-part reunion. We'll talk about this on the show after the 3rd night reunion. I know some of you out there watch it, but I've watched it. I might stop watching it. They really made everyone on the cast look like crap. They kind of did it how Vince McMahon would book people when their contracts are running out. They did that to the entire cast. And now, if you want to know the reason why it's up here is because it's not going to film this summer like it used to. And I basically think that's to give Ariana a break because she's basically been put through the ringer this season. And it was a lot. And I think this show is kind of done, especially after seeing the preview for the reunion. I haven't watched it yet, but if you have watched it, if you're into this, if your girl's into this, if your guy's into this, hit the comments up. I will chat with you about this. There's a lot to this that I know that's going on here in Hollywood with this. And 2 of the stars are going to another show and they might not be back. So,
oh wow.
Hit me up if you want to talk about Vanderpump Rules.
Switching sides. Okay. Hit up your boy, the main man, Zach. Hollywood Zach is here. Then you got this one on here.
Me TV. We all have Me TV. We all see the reruns on there. They got them all day, all night. It's all sorts of TV reruns. They have a Toon station coming out this June. It is going to be just like old Boomerang and Cartoon Network with some updated stuff like the Police Academy TV show, Mr. T, Beetlejuice. Oh, there's pictures up there I guess I could look at. Silverhawks, a bunch of stuff, Captain Planet. So if you like those old cartoons, pow, this June.
This is insane to me because I think I seen you post this the other day. I could have sworn I seen Shaolin Showdown on here, and I was like, "What? This is considered old now? What are we doing?"
Yeah.
Is Boomerang still around, or is it this is what like the new continuation of Boomerang is?
This is a different company, so I think they got all the rights to all these like Hanna-Barbera properties and like like Freakazoids and Warner Brothers stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Damn. Okay, that's interesting.
There we go. Noob likes it.
And then jumping with you guys might see what are these pictures. So we're talking about AEW a lot, them looking for a new TV deal and what that's going to happen. Well, Jacksonville and the Jaguars are looking for a new stadium. This is their plans for their new stadium in Jacksonville. It just kind of reminds you of SoFi a little bit with like the outside on the top left corner if you see it there. But I think it looks kind of cool. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how this goes and what happens. But Jacksonville, can you see maybe an AEW All In happening here one day?
If they can fill it.
I would hope they could. We'll see though. I would want to go. The price is right.
Yeah.
But so lots to look for in the future. Hopefully AEW can keep that TV deal and keep going and maybe get a big show here because that'd be very cool on America.
It would be cool. Yeah.
We're gonna get to this in a second. Get your comments in if you think about the Ricky Starks and CM Punk situation. Ricky Starks had some comments. I don't know if you got to see it, Zach.
This is hilarious. That's pretty funny.
I mean, but what do you do? Because that's the conflict of interest. Like you're Shad Khan. You own AEW. Do you allow them to get Mania? Because that's a lot of revenue, but also I think you have to pay for that also. So it's like,
yeah,
that's an awkward one. It's like if the Jaguars won a Super Bowl, do they get WWE titles or do you throw that in the trash? You get the AEW ones. Like how does that go?
I wouldn't send one if I was WWE. Just to be assholes.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get one. I mean, we don't know if the Jaguars will ever get to the Super Bowl, but who knows? before we get to Ricky Stark CM Punk stuff, it's time for everyone's favorite pop 5. Going again. So get to the intro. We got a big one for you guys. This will cover everything from last Wednesday till now. So and again, everyone in the chats, let me know though if you guys have any matches or any moments that happen anywhere in the wrestling world that should be in a pop 5 for next week. Without further ado, pop 5. First one up, number 5 from NXT last night. Our boy Javon Evans with Trick Willie in his corner. He goes for his spinorama. I don't know what the move is called, but it's amazing. Put him in the spit cycle. Put him in the blender. Number 5. Go back to Collision. Mr. Will Ospreay hitting his wind storm breaker for the first time in months, looking straight at Roderick Strong. What a move, what a victory as AEW collides last Saturday. Number 2 on the list. We go back to NXT last night for Sister Soul hitting the Soul Snatcher out of nowhere. She's getting so inventive and so creative with these moves, man. It's number 1. Last Tuesday, all the way there. The Edge Adam Copeland match with Brody King. He goes for the spear outside through the table. What a brutal move. What a brutal match. Adam Copeland versus Brody King as he continues his feud with the House of Black. Zach, that was a pop 5 last week.
I like it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, we're going to keep it going each week, man. I'm going to keep up with it. I'm very excited for that. But pop 5 is going. Pop 5, let us know what you guys think, man. This is the West Coast podcast. Jumping back into our usual stuff, though. Did you see any of the Ricky Starks comments he made?
The only thing I saw was his not knowing why he's not used. I don't know about the CM Punk stuff.
Okay, so yeah, he pretty much said, like, everyone keeps asking him why he's hurt, what's going on. He says he doesn't understand. Like, whenever he gets put in opportunities, he knocks out the park. He said at this point, it's not up to him. He's not the booker. He had a lot of conversations like that. But also in that interview, he said something about, like, he loves CM Punk. CM Punk was there for him. CM Punk, got him into positions he got in on Collision. He liked his style. They worked well together. He said CM Punk never did anything wrong to him. So screw all the hate. He doesn't care about it because he never did anything wrong to him. And he was saying, like, how much of a good relationship they had, how much work they did together, and, like, just again, like, he was giving him his credit. I can see this rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. I mean, he's already not been on TV for a while. Big Bill is somewhere else. We haven't seen him make his return. He's not hurt. He's a star. Why isn't he on TV?
So my only thought about this is, other than he's jumping ship, is what if this is played out online for an AEW versus Elite storyline, but with these comments, it doesn't sound like either side would take him for it. Because they're anti-Elite comments, obviously, because they're pro Punk. But then he got fired by AEW, and Tony Khan feared for his life. So they're anti-AEW comments too.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, that would have been kind of cool if they could spin it that way. But I think he's genuinely speaking out of frustration. I know last year he was very frustrated. You can see it in some of his promos. He actually said it. He was very frustrated in one of his promos. I mean, he's supposed to have this big feud, big story with CM Punk, supposed to pay with the pay-per-view. It got swapped last minute. He had a match with Danielson that he still killed it. But I mean, he got thrown tag belts when he should have got an actual singles belt. Killed it that way, even though he wasn't really on TV. Yeah. Did the job to Sting. So he always knocks whatever he does out of the park, and he shows up for the company. I just think at this point, like, he knows he's getting held back. He sees, like, a friend of his, Jade Cargill, shining somewhere else. Obviously, a friend of his, Cody, shining somewhere else. And he's just as good as them. He's just as talented. There's no reason he shouldn't be on TV. So I think he is jumping ship. I don't know if he got punished backstage for appearing at the Rumble or appearing with Cody, or are people just the assumption? Because there was a lot of talk years ago that there's not a lot of communication in AEW, so a lot of stuff gets misunderstood. So I feel like someone might have seen that video. There was a communication about, like, oh, are you going to resign here? Or are you looking forward to being here for a few years? And he said, we're going to stop using him because we want to make him a star just for him to go somewhere else. But I think that's kind of what's going on here. At this point, like, I love Ricky Starks, man. I would love to see him shine in AEW, have a big run there. There's a lot of cool matches for him to have there. But I want to see what's best for him. So if he jumps ship, I'd be completely fine with that.
Yeah, I just want to see him get lost in WWE or someone else get lost in WWE because he counts. I don't know why you don't just book him and like try to
Yeah,
make a star out of him for 3 months. If that doesn't work, all right, then just push him to the side.
because like he has that crossover appeal. I feel like that can get you some ratings from people that don't normally watch wrestling. I mean,
Yeah,
just the presentation, the in-ring ability, the promos. The dude's a beast. So I don't understand. So
yeah.
we'll see what happens. But every time he gets momentum going, it gets halted for no reason. Then he's a restart again. So it's not good. But again,
Him, Powerhouse Jobs, and Wardlow.
Wardlow, another one. We can go on and on about that.
Yeah.
These cycles in AEW, you got to break it out. But we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes. Um, moving on from that, though, Assassin's Creed got dropped here. I don't know if you guys are some Assassin's Creed fans. My favorite ones is the Ezio series with 2, then Brotherhood.
Yes.
I didn't like the third one, the Ezio series, but then I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Loved that. I haven't touched one since though. I haven't got to this new Assassin's Creed where it's more of an RPG, more like that as opposed to like the original. So this one looks really cool though. It's gonna be set in Japan. You got 2 protagonists here. I'm very curious to see how it plays out. So we'll see.
Yeah. Two in Brotherhood were mine, and then Brotherhood online play. I was just like addicted to that. It was so fun and quick.
It was. You get to hunt someone while they're trying to hunt you. Such a
Yes.
good concept. I
Hide
miss
in the hay.
yes, I miss multiplayers like that. I love the battle royal multiplayers, but I like seeing more of like traditional multiplayers.
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah, it's Assassin's Creed. Let us know if you're gonna get it. I might pick it up. It looks interesting. I see more gameplay though. And then of course, this is the last thing we're gonna touch on tonight. We're going to Prestige tomorrow. Check the channel. We will have some videos up for you guys to check out from the
Yes.
show. Last time we went there, Mustafa Ali versus Speedball Mike Bailey tore the house down. One of the best matches I've ever seen live. I can't wait to see Prestige. It's had a lot of card changes, but I'm very excited to still go. Obviously, Jada Stone is going to be crazy. Shelton Benjamin. Very excited. Alex Shelley's going to be there too again.
Yeah, and you got an old Dark Order match right there. His champ, prestigious champ,
Yeah.
Alan Angel is gonna be there. Expect some of these matches to be on the Pop 5. So again, if you see anything random, we're talking
Yes.
like anything wrestling. That's what the Pop 5 is for, to get us into some wrestling that we're not totally into, or put some eyes on some people. But expect some cool videos on the channel over the weekend from Prestige. I'm very excited to see Shelton Benjamin in person. I absolutely love him.
I am too, man. I'm very excited for that. I think my first time seeing him live, and I want to see him in a solid match. So it's gonna be very cool.
Yeah.
What else is
Up and
gonna
comer
happen?
Jada Stone too. She's a highlight reel already.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be very cool to see this live. And if you happen to be in the LA area and you go to this show, and you'll come say hi to your boys, man. As long as you're wearing deodorant, come say hi to us. We will dap you up. We'll chop it up. We can do whatever you want. We love meeting some of you guys in person. So as long as you're wearing deodorant, man,
Yeah.
come up to us whenever you want.
Come say hi. We'll be in the front row.
Yeah. Probably the same seats I think as last time. But that'll be Prestige. That is the West Coast Podcast this week. Let us know what happened on Dynamite. Send some videos in, whether you want to hit us up DM, Instagram, Twitter, or email westcoastpopcast@gmail.com. I'll put it in the Pop 5 for next week. Very excited for that. This is our West Coast Popcast episode, but we're going back to back because in a few minutes we're going live with the X-Men review.
Oh, I'm so
Dog.
fucking excited. I'm
Duke
so
Let us
excited.
know as soon as you finish that review, man, or that finale. Jump in. We want to hear your comments, man. I want to hear what you think about the whole season. I'm very excited to talk that with you as well as everybody in the West Coast Poppers.
Yes.
Zach, any final words before we jump into X-Men?
Get your comments in on who you think is going to win King and Queen of the Ring. What do you think is going to main event Double or Nothing, and all these things. We're in the usual lull season, but it doesn't feel like a lull, so that's a good thing. Let us know your comments on what's going on, what has you excited in wrestling, because there's a lot.
There is. We're not too sure. We're gonna have some updates for you for the podcast going forward, and like what days we might be doing it or like that. But we'll get to you guys as soon as we can. Reviews. I'm looking at House of Dragon. It's coming up soon. Let us know if you guys want to see that. But from all the poppers, the floppers, and the rampagers, it's your boy, the final boss. It's your boy, the main man. We'll see you for X-Men. West Coast Popcast. We out.